Hey there, folks. This is the original Norm Abrams, Sr., Sr., Sr. Yes, I was the carpenter on Noah's Ark, the original Norm Abrams. Today, I'd like to talk to you young wannabe Norm Abrams, the kind of tools we used to use in the day of the original Norm Abrams. We had the wicked keyhole saw, which is now known as a drywall saw. We had a thing called a coping saw. Yes, a coping saw. And the purpose? It went around circles, tight cuts. Also had, back then, things called hacksaws. These were specifically made for cutting, yes, metal. Real hard metal. And then we came down to the carpenter's favorite and yet most important wicked saw. Here it is, you young Norms. Yes, yes, it is a handsaw. A handsaw, yes. I made a living with this saw, the original Norm Abrams. Because Noah got the specifications from God, but yet it is Norm Abrams who did, yes, build the wicked, wicked big ark. That ark, but we'll talk about that job later. Now, there are many different kinds of handsaws. First, the correct way to hold the handsaw. Oh, notice first, there's no electrical cord on this. These do not plug in. No, these are called hand tools. Right, you use them by hand, human power. Now, the correct way to hold the handsaw is thus. You grab here and your pistol finger goes down along the side of the saw. You got this? Perfect. This gives you control of your saw so it doesn't make crooked cuts. And then when you start a cut, you take your knuckle and you put it alongside the blade, like thus. And you start, you go down and up, slow to get it going, and once you get it going, you cut. Now, these things were so popular that there were many different kinds. They all look alike, but they aren't the same. Yes, we had cross-cut. Imagine what cross-cut, just like it sounds. It cross-cuts the grain of the wood. The grain of the wood, those are those lines you see running through it. Now, back in the day of Noah's Ark, baby, we had lumber yard back then. We had good lumber. Today, you guys are stuck with, Home Depot. You don't seem to be doing commercials for them, do you? Anyways, then there's also a rip saw. I know, that sounds like a real man's tool, doesn't it? A rip saw. Well, a rip saw, what it does is cuts down along with the grain. Yeah. So you just look at one of these little babies, you say, yeah, it's a saw. Nah, it's not a saw. There's many different kinds of saws. You can get them with 22 inches per inch. You can get them with bigger teeth, as they are so called. And always remember, when you're cutting with a handsaw, keep the saw on the outside of the piece you are cutting, outside the line. Yes, and that mark that is made there in that cut, you got it, that's the curve. That's what we call the curve. So don't cut on the wrong side of the line, because you're going to be short the thickness. Yes, that little bit of wicked thickness of the blade is going to throw that whole piece off. And like I told you before, measure twice and cut once. Okay, I hope this helps out you little Norm the Bees out there. And I might do another show maybe on the back saw. It doesn't sound anything like it is. Till later. This is Norm Abrams, Senior, the original Norm.